You're so cute. You're so cute. What's up, everybody? Alex here, Jack Brown Garage again. We got David. We got Aspen, the new mascot.
Chewing on the freaking paracord.
Bad. Got the Integra in the garage today. Doing something pretty simple. Gonna just swap out my radio. I do already have a aftermarket radio, but I recently purchased a 2002 Subaru WRX, and to part out, engine was bad, and I'm just parting out some pieces, but it did have this pretty nice JVC double din touchscreen radio in it. So I'm gonna end up putting this into my car and taking my single din aftermarket one out of the Integra. This is the radio end that actually plugs in the radio, and then this plugged into a Subaru radio harness. I have another one here for that's specific to plug into my Integra. That way you don't have to really cut into your factory radio harness and crimp into those wires. This is already wired up to be everything OEM to the it's pinned just like the OEM harness, but then the colors are matching on this side to what an aftermarket radio would have. So I just basically match white to white, yellow to yellow, green to green, so on and so forth. So really all I have to do is just chop off my radio side of my harness and then hook all these colors up to the proper colors on my Acura harness, and then this will plug right into my Acura, and this should bolt right up into the Acura too. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with wiring up this part of the harness, and then I'm gonna go pull the old radio out and go ahead and put this new radio in. All right, I got my radio harness disconnected from the Subaru harness. I got all my wires all stripped to the bare wire, so I can go ahead and crimp it to my Acura harness. Like I said, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's got all matching colors. You literally just go yellow, yellow, green to green, purple to purple, all that good stuff. I don't have any steering wheel controls, so I won't be needing this blue yellow wire. And then if you've seen the video I did a few weeks ago of I did an antenna delete on my car, so I obviously don't even have a power antenna, so I'm not going to hook up the power antenna either. The only one I do need that's labeled is this blue white wire, because that is actually the remote turn on power wire for a subwoofer amplifier, and I do have a sub in the back with an amplifier, so that just goes to power the amplifier. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get all these crimped up, get all the colors matched up, and then we'll go and get this radio installed in the car. All right, all done with the crimps. I said it got green to green. This is a little different. That's a real dark orange and a light orange, but orange and orange. Got my grays to grays, so on and so forth, red to red, yellow yellow. Like I said, I got my two wires here I'm not using for my this would be like if you had steering wheel controls, which I don't, and this would be power antenna, which I deleted my antenna, so that's not being attached. Same on this side. This dark blue wire would be your power antenna, but I'm not going to bother attaching them. The only thing I got to do still is what's going to be different in your guys' cars if you still have a factory radio, or I guess not necessarily if you have a factory radio, but that if you have a subwoofer and amplifier, is that this blue white wire is going to attach to your subwoofer, the amplifier's power wire, which is already in the car. It's not part of the actual radio system. I've just got it hardwired from the plug-in from the radio straight to the amplifier, but so that'll go in. But if you don't have an amplifier, you won't have to worry about this either. All right, we're in the car now. I'm gonna get this other radio pulled out. Like I said, it's just a single din with just a little cubby down here. I got the microphone attached here. This one is just really just a nice snug fit. There's nothing, not any actual screws or anything holding it in. So I can hand this off to Devin, and I can really just give it a good pull, and it comes right out. My turn on wire for this amplifier.
plugged. Then I just gotta unplug the radio harness from here. Grab my snippers. That's just for the power antenna. So at the time when I first put this in, I had the power antenna. So, all right. Well, this will stay with this radio. I'm selling this to a buddy who has a 92 Civic, and it has the exact same radio plug-in. So he'll be able to literally just plug this straight up into his Civic without even having to rewire anything. I'm gonna go ahead and just let him keep this mic too, because I don't think my new radio has mic option for a mic. So he'll get that. I'll have to do something with the mic though. His Civic is just a singled in. That's all on the space that he has. Okay, so I need to add that end onto this actually. So basically I just have to add in one more little from my power antenna. Just got to add in a male spade that'll plug right into there. Just add that onto my radio side of the remote out power. And just clip that down on there. Get nice and snug. Good. Now, the other thing I have to see is if I have the black, or go back to the amplifier and make sure I plug my RCA cables in to the either the left or the right. But this won't apply to anybody without an amplifier subwoofer, but you just want to make sure RCA cables are plugged in to the same spot. So I have the black in the right side and the clear one on the left side, it looks like. So I just got to make sure I do that on the radio. Looks like red is right and white is left side. So those just have to match up. I don't know where I want to run this USB at. Probably run it back in and then add out the side. Very short screw. Did you get these on yours, like a Subaru install kit?
I think I just swapped it off the stock radio, where I already had the.
Or was it already aftermarket?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, so it's already on there pretty much. And hopefully this thing sits in here kind of snug without any kind of support. All right, so we're gonna got my USB run through here how I want. I'm gonna get the antenna. Well, I don't have to plug the antenna in, but I'm going to. Like I said, my antenna's deleted, so that's actually not a big deal. Where did my remote turn-on wire go? Here it is. My remote turn-on plugged in. Ooh, I don't like how that's bare. I'm gonna get some electrical tape for that. For the amplifier. Quality entertainment.
A brief intermission with Aspen.
And this wire has power on it, so I don't want it shorting out to anything with ground on the body of the car behind the dash. So I'm gonna wrap a little bit of electrical tape over it so we don't have any issues with shorting out. All right, so we got our antenna plugged in. got our USB ran through. We got our power for the amplifier in. Radio's plugged in on the radio side. Gonna plug the radio in on the car side. And that should be it. These are also extra wires that mine just has. If you were gonna hook up a backup camera, it has a parking brake signal and a reverse gear signal. If you had a backup camera, so it would reverse, it would just power on a backup camera. I don't have a backup camera on this, so I'm not worried about those either. I said this one does not have a mic, so I'm not worried about that. If yours has a mic, you'll want to plug that in and mount it wherever in the car that you want. Let's get this put in here. Might eventually make some sort of bracket system for this. It's kind of ugly. Make some kind of panel to cover this up. I wonder if this has Bluetooth. It's got aux, but I don't know if it's Bluetooth. Maybe that's why I have the USB too. Never back down.